Deep in Uintah County, Utah, sits a remote 512-acre property surrounded by barbed wire and a constant perimeter of surveillance cameras. This land is defined by a specific set of stories, accounts of bulletproof wolves stalking the brush, invisible fields that dismantle equipment, and multiple sightings of unidentified flying objects. Despite the unconventional nature of these reports, the location secured $22 million in covert funding from the U.S. Department of Defense. That raises a specific question. How does a local ghost story find its way into the Pentagon budget? The answer is found in the property deed. For 60 years under the original Myers family, the land was a quiet ranch, but as the property changed hands, the stories attached to it began to escalate. That silence ended in 1994 when Terry and Gwen Sherman purchased the property. 2 years later, the Shermans went public.
They claimed their ranch was the site of inexplicable cattle mutilations and crop circles. Investigative journalists published these accounts, taking a rural legend and broadcasting it to a national audience. The Shermans had successfully built a narrative that caught the attention of the super rich. In 1996, billionaire Robert Bigelow read the reports and purchased the ranch for $200,000. Bigelow established the National Institute for Discovery Science, turning the property into a high-tech laboratory for investigating the unexplained. A book about the ranch eventually reached a senior official at the Defense Intelligence Agency. Soon after, Senator Harry Reid helped secure $22 million in government funding to study unidentified aerial phenomena at the site. This funding came with a standard scientific approach, yet the program never produced hard proof or peer-reviewed data. Skeptical investigator Robert Schaefer pointed to a simpler explanation. The Shermans, facing a failing ranch, invented the anomalies to find a buyer like Bigelow. In 1997, James Randi awarded Bigelow the Pegasus Award, a tongue-in-cheek recognition for funding what he called useless research. Regardless of the lack of evidence, the federal funding provided the property with an official seal of legitimacy, increasing its mythic value. In 2016, Bigelow sold the ranch to tech investor Brandon Fugel for $500,000. The purchase was executed through a shell company based in Utah called Adamantium Real Estate LLC. Fugel immediately increased the security on the perimeter, adding high-tech cameras, barbed wire, and blocking all access roads with keep-out signs. Bigelow kept his work private, but Fugel's strategy leaned into public intrigue. Adamantium LLC wasn't just buying acreage, they secured a property that had become a recognizable brand. In 2017, Adamantium Real Estate LLC filed a U.S. trademark application for the name Skinwalker Ranch. The filing specifically covers entertainment services and multimedia content. A second filing in 2021 expanded that trademark to include merchandise like cups, mugs, and shirts. These legal protections paved the way for the History Channel to produce a high-budget reality series on the property. The most verifiable activity at Skinwalker Ranch is documented in its trademark filings and budget sheets. It is a study in modern myth-making, a rural ghost story packaged by the media, legitimized by taxpayer funding, and ultimately transformed into a trademarked entertainment franchise.
If you enjoyed this mystery, please consider subscribing. It really helps the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.